guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I wanted to go through my November favorites, which are all the plants that I'm really enjoying for this month. I have 5 plants I wanted to show you guys. If you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel and check out my previous monthly favorites because I've been doing them for quite a few months now. I would say there's at least maybe 4, 5, 6 of these videos out there. So yeah, let's get started with today's video. First off, I wanted to show you guys my Philodendron GIGAS, which is my absolute favorite. I haven't had any trouble with this guy compared to, as you guys know, my melanochrysum, which is always throwing a fit. But this one is the GIGAS with its beautiful leaf. This one was the last leaf that unfurled. It's still so dark and beautiful. These are the other leaves. They're super soft. They don't really have the lobes at the top and it's just kind of more rounded. Kind of gives me like Anthurium forgetti-eye vibes, but in the form of a philodendron. So as you can see right here, there's actually a new leaf that just emerged. It's going to unfurl soon. So I can't wait for that to happen because when it unfurls, it's a beautiful, beautiful bronzy orangey color. And then over time, it does fade to this obviously nice dark green, but I really like that orange color. It happens with a lot of philodendrons actually. I would say I see that on my micans and my melanochrysum, but because the leaf is so big on this guy, it's just extra spectacular. So yeah, this one is just planted in some aroid mix and just up a moss pole, so I think that's what's really helping it grow recently because the aroid roots are attaching to the moss pole finally. I've been having so much trouble trying to keep the moss pole moist, and I think that was what was the issue before. Now that I'm more on top of it, I think it's growing a lot faster. So yeah, that one is my Philodendron GIGAS. Plant number 2, I will show you guys a Hoya. So this one is my Hoya globulosa. In my super ghetto setup, it's in a sesame seed jar. And it's because the stem of this Hoya is actually so long that I couldn't fit it into a normal like orchid pot or just any plastic nursery pot. So that's why it's currently in this setup. And I think it's pretty happy. I just filled the bottom with a little bit of the nutrient water reservoir and the leca just wicks it up. But yeah, look at the beautiful leaves on this. I will never get tired of staring at these leaves. I think new leaves are actually not as dark as this. It's because this one was grown in a lower light setting, so the veins are not as prominent, but if I give it more light, I think the veins will really pop out and the leaf color will be a little bit lighter. So I'm really excited to see this one grow and hopefully it will shoot out a new leaf soon. I mean, I haven't had it for too long. I would say probably just like a month or two, and it's still currently rooting. It had roots when I first bought it, but it's probably just adjusting to the leca life. And yeah, I really like this one. It's a big leaf Hoya and it's veiny and the backs are fuzzy. So literally all the things I like about Hoyas. Next up, I'll show you guys an Anthurium. So this one is the new baby that you guys saw in my previous video, which is my MAGNIFICUM hybrid. If you guys know any other name for it, I would love to know. But yeah, this is the leaf that it came with. And look at this baby leaf that shot out. How adorable is this? So it's currently still trying to like open up. But yeah, I can see it's like super, super beautiful. It does come out like a darker greenish color. I don't know what this color is, but it looks absolutely perfect. There's no markings on it. There's no damage. I'm just gonna hope to God that it continues to grow and unfurl and become very large like this leaf. And yeah, it's just doing its thing, rooting in leca, growing in leca, and the roots look pretty good. You guys can see over there. And yeah, it didn't have any shock at all when coming into my home. And I hope it just continues to thrive. So definitely we'll show you guys an updated video or photo of how this looks when it's completely unfurled and hardened off. I know it could take like up to a few weeks because like it just keeps growing and growing. Anthurium leaves come out super tiny and then they get humongous over the span of days and weeks. Next up, I'll show you guys my another big leafed Hoya that's veiny. So look at this beautiful baby. It's a Hoya VITELLINOIDES. It's a really hard name to say, honestly, but look at that leaf. This is literally the ideal leaf color and like pattern on a leaf that I would like on a Hoya. I probably would like a slightly smaller Hoya, to be honest. I'm not like super keen on like massive leaves. Like this is literally half the size of my head, just because it takes up a bit of space. But I really like the veining and the coloring on this leaf. If it was a little bit smaller, like my GLOBULOSA, kind of like somewhere in the middle, I'd be really happy. But this one is definitely one of my favorites for the month of November, because it is a fairly new Hoya and it was originally grown in moss, and I think it's transitioned well to the leca. I haven't had any issues with it. I mean, I obviously don't see roots because this pot is so gigantic, and Hoya roots are not super like thick and prominent like Anthurium, so it's kind of hard to see it peek through the leca. But yeah, this one's a really pretty Hoya. It's one of my favorites right now. That's why it gets to be in my favorite pot. I bought this one from Winter's Home Sense, and it has like these cute little like legs. So yeah, favorite Hoya in my favorite pot. Highly recommend this. I love it so much. Last but not least is my Hoya Bella reverse variegated, and this is so just amazing because it's finally starting to grow for me. The new leaves, I would say I got like 12 new leaves in the span of like a week to 2 weeks. It's just grown so fast. And if you guys didn't know before, a lot of the new growth actually just dried up and died off, I think because I forgot to water it and I wasn't on top of it, so it just dried off, and it finally decided to grow some new leaves for me. So yeah, it's getting nice and bushy and filling up this trellis very nicely. So I took out the other piece of the trellis because I didn't really need 2 trellises at this point, because like it just stands up on its own. It doesn't really need that big of a trellis. So once it gets bigger, I might add the second trellis back, but for now I think this is okay. So the new leaves come out a little bit pink, and then over time they do fade. So these are some of the new leaves right here. So yeah, it's pretty much like gray now, and I think it's happy in leca, and I'm just gonna let it be. Don't disturb it, and hopefully it doesn't die on me. Okay, so that pretty much concludes today's video. These are the 5 plants that are my favorite for the month of November. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Comment down below which one was your favorite plant in my collection, or which one is your favorite plant for the month of November. I would love to know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.